I am detectives. Greetings and deputies. DetectiveShade's stream. Really not the best thing to crash as it has, but it's currently what I'm playing. I can't really help that. Jump into some things here. I've done quite a since the last time I was on. Alright, we're going to just trying so I can just monitor my stream. Alright, look, we got a little tiny person here.
7 years have passed since Arasaka.
Is there something you want, loser?
I like the fact that there's kids in this. I really do. It's pretty cool. But at the same time, the kids... I don't know how to put it. The kids look slightly off of being actual kids, but they're close as you can be. And yeah, I'm probably not gonna be doing this as much during the stream, but I'm trying to upgrade or level up my athletics, and a good way to do that is just jumping around and running around the city. So unfortunately, yeah, you're not gonna be seeing the new car I got anytime soon. Well, you probably will, but I love that car. And it only cost $76,000, which I say only like that because yeah, it sounds like a lot for this game, but there's other cars that have a lot more expensive than that. And I've leveled up my cold blood skill quite a bit, and that skill just seems broken as hell for like everything that you can do in this game. I don't necessarily want to mess with these guys. I just want to come here for this guy. Well, that was easy. Easier than it was before. Oh my god, where is it? Oh. Got a legendary katana there. Look at all these spots that I've died from. I've come in here multiple times. And, of course, I don't get a chance to get my victory because they deem it illegal that I'm going after a cyber psycho. And only the fact that he happens to be in a public area. I gotta deal with the police, even though pretty sure it was the police that asked me to take care of him. So, CD Projekt Red, that might be something you might want to work on there, as well as all the other stuff that you need to work on. And listen, guys, I doubt you're watching my lowly stream and my lowly, gameplay. I'm talking the Project Red at this point. I want to defend your game, and I want to like your game, and I do like it. But when I say I like it, I mean I like it in the fact that, well, I did like it enough to buy it, and I really want to see that game that I bought. You know, like this game is. But this game, I don't know why more people aren't losing their shit over this game. Because I understand that you're under a time schedule when you're a developer and when you're trying to work on a game in a production company. But you announced it, said it was going to be ready by such and such time. Which, yes, crap happened. The pandemic happened, and the pandemic's a horrible thing. I'm all for people. It's, you know, I'm not saying they don't have a reason, but, you know, you tell somebody it's a such and such time that it's going to come out, then you delay it. Fine, it happens. Then you say, oh, it's going to come out now, and then you delay it again. Okay, I forgave you on that one, because it's like, hey, you know what? Anything's going to make the game better. I sat there, and that's how I rationalized it in my head. Well, apparently I didn't rationalize correctly, because you weren't making the game better. And I'm sorry, but I'm not going to accept the excuse, because yes, it is an excuse on your part, CD Projekt Red. I'm not going to accept the excuse that you're saying to people that you should have paid more attention to the older gen models versions of the game. If you would have had one person, even one person in your company, boot this game up on a PlayStation 4 or an Xbox and have them play it for at least an hour. You wouldn't even need an hour. They could have told you what was wrong already. You could have clearly seen that the game was not going to run on these things. I'm sorry, I can't accept the excuse. Clearly didn't pay any attention to it on the older gens at all. None. You didn't have, like, you had people working on it, but apparently nobody was booting it up and testing it. Because this is not an exaggeration. Every single time you start the game up, something's already broken. Whether it's already apparent or it's in the background and it's about ready to spring up on you. And this is something as simple as the horn being laggy on the car. Which, yes, I understand, it's definitely being caused by something else trying to render in. But it's a sound. I don't think I've ever had sound be laggy in a game in a long time. The camera barely doesn't work, and the camera, unfortunately, when it comes down to most stuff, if you want to get a basic camera down, it's not that difficult to do. So what I'm seeing in this game, it looks like there's a lot of issues that are being caused by the UI popping up. Not that UI. But like when you go to read shards or something like that, it slows it down, it lags it out, it causes latency. I don't know why it has an issue doing that. Stuff like, you know, your hair not loading in, or certain graphics or textures not loading in. That's actually understandable from any game. A game that's even been out for a year could have those problems. So once starting up, I'm not going to be too hard on a company that has those particular things, but I'm talking about particular mechanics that, like, hell, like, early access games even have right. Like, come on. early access games get cameras, right? Early access games, most of the, like in my experience, I've played lots of early access games. This is an early access game. And then you got people that are out there sharing memes saying, basically alluding to the fact that the fans were the reason why they released it, because we were like, release it, just release it, just release it. And all these fans were, yeah, there might have been a lot of fans saying, just release it, just release it. But you know what? At the end of the day, that company, they're all adults. They're a company. They can decide what the fuck they want to do. You know, and they brought it out when they thought they could bring it out. Was there pressure for them to bring it out? Absolutely. But they didn't have to cave if that's what people are trying to allude to and give us the game. Because what I don't understand is that people are trying to use that and say that's the, you know, that we were doing that or fans were doing that. And it's like, yeah, they might have been doing that, but at the same time, it's like, the company delayed it like 3 times. Like, yeah, clearly they didn't think the game was ready all those 3 times. But at the same time, like, you know, how much longer did they need? Because the game took 8 years to produce, apparently. I mean, obviously we didn't wait 8 years after they announced it, but it took 8 years. Now, I'm not a programmer. I'm not a developer. You know, I'm not any of the people that, you know, I can't work on any of this stuff, but the thing is, all you gotta do is see the type of work that comes out from other companies. Especially other companies that have had issues with their games coming out, and that have flopped. You know? I mean, hell, look at, what was that one game? Anthem. Anthem still worked. It worked. It was boring as hell, but it worked, and there wasn't much there, but it worked. That's the point. It didn't crash or have an issue every time you tried to play the game. And I'm not, like I told you, I am not exaggerating. Every time I start this game up, there's already something wrong with it. You know? Something's already in the background trying to work its way, you know? So this game, you gotta sit there all the time. Yeah, you gotta quick save all the time, otherwise you're just gonna lose all your progress. I mean, it saves the game at certain points itself, but with how much issues that it has, like, there's issues where the UI will stay stuck up on the screen. I've had subtitles from my character saying something stuck on the screen, even when I reload the game. I will reload the game from an older save, and that's even because even though in the whole the way that events happened, it's like, yeah, that particular thing my character had said after that save had been made, but at the same time, reload the game shouldn't make it so it just decides to
You got no right. You hear?
sorry.
No right.
Reloading the game should fix that, but no, because it would reload and then stay stuck. My character would say the thing, even though she wasn't, you know. So it's like, that's a bug. That's a horrible bug right there. That the fact that it's going to exist across save states, you know. Because normally a reload should have fixed that. Whoop, that's a cop. Just casually go over here. Oh, supposed to call her or message her.
V.
See you around.
Oh my god, I called her again.
V.
See you around.
Alright. Let's see if we can get... this thing to work. Okay. Sorry, I had to fix the way I view the stream there for a second. It wasn't giving me active updates of stuff there for a second. I wasn't getting a full, like, active stream. The delay was, like, way too long.
V, hey. Some construction workers went on strike after finding their tools in the morning covered in blood. Their site's a parking lot where gangs have been known to pop up. Gang violence is a maybe, sure, but my money's on a cyber psycho attack. If I'm right, do what you can to incapacitate him. I'll take it from there.
And until the end shall remain.
We're investigating psychos. Can be very, very sneaky. Sorry about that, guys. I was again setting stuff up for the stream, making sure this game is also not going to decide to be stupid. And it's really hard for it to decide not to be stupid, because it always wants to be that way. Don't get me wrong, this game is amazing for a lot of stuff that you can do and everything like that, but definitely, it's I'd say it needs more than polish. I can't just say it needs to be polished more. There's a lot here that's not even here. And also, when I was commenting earlier about the whole, like, the fact that they're saying that, oh, we should have paid more attention to the older, or like the PlayStation 4 and the Xbox versions instead of the next gen, or as much as the next gen. And it's like, yeah, you should have, but at the same time, you didn't spend any time at all on them, because, like I said, anybody that would have play tested the game at all in that company or production, or anything, would have clearly on that machine could have clearly saw that there was going to be issues and they needed to fix them. Like, this is, I have not seen a game come out like this, and actually supposed to be a AAA game, come out with this many flaws in it. This is, like, to me, I mean, there could be something that better. It was better, because, like, No Man's Sky didn't really have flaws like this. Like, they might have had flaws, but, like, nothing's been this bad. This bad. Like, Red Dead had issues, but was it this bad for Red Dead? I wasn't around for when Red Dead 2 was having issues. I heard about it, but I wasn't playing the game at the time. But people were losing, like, legendary weapons or weapons that they had spent money in, which is, yeah, that's pretty bad. That's pretty game-breaking. I had a friend that didn't want to play the game until they fixed it anymore, because he didn't want to lose anything, and I didn't blame him. But that stuff compared to this, and this game's out, yeah, they're offering refunds. I understand that. I really do. They're offering refunds, but I don't know. My whole point is, like, yes, I understand they were dealing with a pandemic. Yes, I understand that people were not probably even together in a, like, building. They were all working from homes or remote locations. Well, majority of them maybe. I don't know. I don't know the conditions. But it's like, if it wasn't ready, it wasn't ready. You could have had somebody, like, is that not a, like, I ask myself that question a lot when there's a lot of stuff in games that frustrate the hell out of me and say, well, why is it made that way? Because you can clearly tell that the stuff that's happening in some games was not designed to do that. Like, it wasn't, it's just some, like, what was it? What do I want to say? It's like some oversight or something that somebody didn't think of, that, certain games that have been out for a couple of years still have, oversights in them, where it's like, why, you could have easily just, if the company cared enough, they could have easily patched it in. But they don't. And I'm a huge advocate to think, I understand that companies probably, there's probably analysts, and there's probably, people that know better than I do. But my belief is that, certain companies, I guess you would need a lot of money for it, I don't know, could continue to update a game, stuff like Dark Souls, for example. Like, Dark Souls 3, I understand it's like, what, at this point, 6-year-old game, something like that, but, and maybe now, it's definitely, like, way too old, to be doing what I'm about to suggest. But if they had done it for a good many years after, if they would have kept updating the game, if the company keeps putting, like, yes, this is also capitalism, unfortunately, but and I'm as much as I'm more of a believer in a game should be released with all of its stuff that was originally intended to be released with, and don't bring out stuff later that definitely was like, well, that should have been included at the beginning, you know, because DLCs. Let's be honest, guys. DLCs are just a way for the company to make more money. Everybody's seemingly at this point has gotten to the used to DLCs. Now, the next thing that's trying to break in, this seems like the next wave of things that seems like it's going to, they're trying to, and it seems to starting to become not a problem for a lot of people, is just the microtransactions and stuff. You know, because the microtransactions make it so, okay, for most games where it's like it just fast tracks you. Which, you know, that basically also further reinforces, now let's talk about that psychologically. That will just further reinforce that, you know, money is the be-all, end-all for everything. And, you know, you could just use it to cure everything. Fix everything. Anyway, back to my original topic was, you know, I think a company, if they set a certain amount of years aside to support a game, and they can still work on another game, you know, as long as they have the resources to do it. Maybe that's why companies don't do it. But to either continue the support to the game that they came out with for a good couple years, and I'm not just talking about support as far as just patches and maintaining the servers. More than that. Like, putting content out, but like worth it content. Like if maybe Dark Souls 3, for example, a game like Dark Souls 3, which has PvP aspects to it, but still is a heavy single player RPG and co-op, you would update like an MMO does. You know, and I think they've done it with some games, but I don't think they've done it with games that I play usually. And they don't necessarily have to bring out free stuff. It'd be nice, you know, stuff like CD Projekt Red does, which is, you know, I'm still, you know, I'm glad that they're taking, you know, responsibility for what's going on, but at the same time, I would, if it were me, I mean, hopefully they're working on it. I understand that they crunched down to try and get it out in the first place. So yeah, they want to get some vacations. People need to rest. But if it were me, my company, I'd be making sure there'd be weekly patches coming out for the stuff that was going on. Because I've been hearing that the game's a problem on PC too. It's not that there's a problem on PC. But it definitely needs to be fixed to run on PC. Because I was seeing that some other YouTubers that I watch personally were having issues with it on the computer because they were trying to stream it. You know, and they give the specs of their computer and everything like that, and they're saying that they're having trouble running the game and streaming at the same time because the game just takes almost all the CPU power, like all of it. You can't run it both, which is unfortunate for people that want to stream. You know, I guess it just really depends on your system, but you know, some of these people have like 1080s, and so, you know, yeah. They still have the RAM. Like, I remember reading the specs that they have in their computer. It's like they could run anything that's out right now, apparently with the, you know, not Cyberpunk, and stream it at the same time. Obviously, I just do streaming off my PlayStation, so I don't know from first-hand experience what that's like. If I do have a computer, I do know what it's like to have your CPU being used and not being able to do anything else, and you know, trying to fix that issue. Yeah, I'm just kind of sitting here waiting see if people are going to show up. Having my coffee. But now, yeah, I'm trying to see if we can take care of the Cyber Psycho in here. The music just started kicking. Just gonna laser mines, huh? I don't think that's a person. That's just a... I think it's a propane tank. It's saying laser mine, but I think it's seeing something else and it's telling me laser mine, but it's what I'm actually focused on or seeing that looks like a human figure is a propane tank. Might be. It's a laser mine. Not a very good mine if it's, you know, stick it out of the ground like that. Oh, thank you. Where is this person? Be careful, they're hiding. Oh! That's a floodlight. That's definitely a... Was that a... No, that's a person. It's got questions. Exclamation points about it. Cedric Muller. Night City. Cyberpunk malfunction. What happened? And he saw me. And come on. Oh, that almost went badly. Ricochet. Ricochet. Damn it, I missed. Missed. Ooh. So much damage. Alright, buddy. I don't like you and you don't like me. But there's only gonna be one way that this is gonna go down. And that's gonna be you getting sliced to bits. Oh, you healed yourself, did you? I can see that. Doesn't matter. You ain't got nothing on these blades! Ooh, I'll take your legendary pistol. Oh, no, it's a shotgun. Sorry, I was looking at the symbol. Whoa, he's a zombie. And now he's dead. There's that noise again. Beast mode. Berserk is active, increases armor. I think that's for gorilla arms or something, though. Which I do not use. Obviously, I use my mantis blades. What is that noise? Is it something I'm wearing that's making that noise as I'm walking? Can I jack into this?
Militech International Armaments. We believe in the right to bear arms. We believe in freedom.
Sorry, that sound's just really throwing me off. I don't know if it's supposed to be happening or if it's something else that's going on. You can never tell with this game at this point. But, I don't know if that's just supposed to be my movements from whatever I'm wearing or if that's, you know, every once in a while it cycles through, so it's just a very strange sound to me. that I don't think I've noticed or heard before until now. So, forgive me. I mean, the van looks normal now. Well, except for that. Well, nope, never mind. There's that noise again. What's that? See, I don't hear it now. Is it standing on this stuff that makes the noise? Why does it sound like I'm stepping on weird small dogs when I walk on this concrete? They need to fix that. No wonder I'd never noticed it before. Weird. Alright guys, look away. I always forget to read these sometimes, so it wants me to read one for a mission, which usually they're all the way down here somewhere, but I don't have OCD, but people like to joke to say, hey, my OCD's kicking in, but I just want to get rid of all the stuff that's in here. That way I know. That one I know. Let's just say it. Now it's time to message her and not call her. This guy's gonna beep at me. Regina. Whoops. I'm running, Jenny. That's that.
Thank you.
You're welcome. You're welcome. Just purge this from your mind. It'll be fine.
Got a gig. Some biotechnica big shot. She's holed up in a Corpo hotel. Security's tight, and I need me a merc who's up to the task.
I'll do it, but I'll do it later.
You like a challenge. Deeds attached.
Uh-huh. This doesn't look like an assault, this just looks like they just took over the area. I mean, the assault already happened. It's not in progress anymore. Hey guys! Bullshit. I'm calling bullshit on that one. thing out. Did that. Quick save. Well, I guess I'm not using my fists as much as I want to. I could go in with the blades. Should I go in with the blades? Nah. Let's go in with the gold trust. Because this guy's gonna do some work. That's not nice.
Come to mama.
Hurry! Let's fucking go!
And that's that. Oh, that's not. One more guy.
No fucking way! It's my time!
Nope. Oh yeah, I love that cold blood. This is the most overpowered fucking. This is the most overpowered skill ever. Inside, outside, kind of 50% per stack of cold blood. Quick at cooldowns, resistances. There wasn't one for level 9. That's lame. Wow. I forgot how crazy these things are. Oh, increase headshot damage by 50%. That's crazy. I'm gonna pick this one then. Rapid blood flow. This one was what? Icy veins. Defensive clotting is cool too because it increases armor by 20%, which is per stack. And you can get up to 3 stacks of cold blood. So that's, yeah, it's fucking ridiculous. 60% right there. So I get like 60% armor when I have 3 stacks of cold blood, plus the armor that my clothing gives me, which is gonna be able to give me more later in the crafting skill. And then let alone the fact that I could just dodge stuff. This 5% per stack, so it's 30. 3 times 15. Yeah, I need to do this one. I keep, like, it's not really my priority to do quick hacks right now, but I should soon, actually. Max stack amount for cold blood, but wow, I forgot this one. This makes it so I can have a stack of 4. Oh, and it does it again. It could go up to 5 here. Yeah, things get a little ridiculous with cold blood. And this still is going to unlock to be something. I mean, obviously that has to do with, Johnny Silverhand and being in my head, but I didn't want that gun, but... This one though, I do need rare green parts. I'm gonna get off and make some food for myself real quick. I'll be back up in a second.